Careful. Listen well. Joseph has a sanctuary far to the north. Ritual demands you light signal fires along the way. I doubt the old man is alive to even see them, but if you don't light the fires, it will be the death of you. Because despite the sacrament, the north can still kill you. This boat and the fire are your best means of safe, swift passage. Stray from them only when it's absolutely necessary. There's a bow there for you. Use fire arrows to light the signals. Bring me proof of my father's death, and I will make sure you are remembered as a friend of the prophet. Go now, with my blessing.
Podnieś łuk. I tu drzwi tam przy mnie. Czarny coś leży na środku. No i tam w progu. Widzisz to?
I did everything that I was asked. I sacrificed myself, my family. I led us into the new world. I thought that it would be glorious. I was wrong. I have waited so long for someone to come. I've begun to despair. I have seen your face before. God showed it to me in a dream. I knew you would be the one to come and make things right. Set them exactly the way they're supposed to be. I knew that you would bring salvation. You've come seeking help. I can't give you any, only God can. But He has a plan for you. Come. Walk with me. You have come here to help your people. Admiral.
admire your fortitude. It is challenging to come north. You are indeed the one I saw in my vision. I admire your fortitude. It is challenging to come north. After God's cleansing fire, I saw the journey he had laid out before us, and I knew what was required when we set foot on our new Eden. When humanity emerged, I gathered my flock and set them on a new path, a rejection of everything connected to the old world, the creation of a new society, living off the land, taking only what was needed. Harshest years of the dark winter fell, I despaired, and in that despair I found our salvation. This tree, its fruit a gift from God, which gave my family the strength to endure through the famine and the pestilence. New Eden thrived. We created a paradise on earth, but it did not last. This plague of locusts saw to that. These highwaymen embody everything God has instructed us to forsake. Their souls are rotten, diseased. But you are different. I believe your soul is worthy.
Przybyliście wy. Powiedziałem Witoszowi.
This is the help that you've been seeking. God's gift to us. That which sustained my family through the darkest time. Let me offer you this. Our miracle. The first time that I partook of this gift, I was confronted by a ravenous beast. It was my soul. And in that moment, I knew that in order to be worthy of God's gift, I had to slay that beast. Cleanse my soul. Because if I did not, I knew that that beast would consume me. This is God's test. And your soul.
Powiedz dlaczego.
If you succeed, if your soul is pure, you are the shepherd sent by God, and I can return from my exile. Our miracle allowed us to survive, but its gifts are not unconditional. It nourishes what is in a person's soul. But if that soul is corrupt, the miracle extracts a terrible price. Listen to my guidance, or you will not survive.
Znajdź bestię. A nie mam innej. A nie mam żadnej broni.
Confront your beast where it is weakest. When the beast rises, strike true. When the beast rises, strike true.
W podbrzusze chyba strzelać.
When the beast rises, strike true.
Podbrzusze wtedy najwięcej. O, co się stało?
You cannot fight your sin in darkness.
Ogień sygnalizujący. Czyli te trzeba stosy podpalić. działa?
That is why I am here. There are those who must not be allowed to partake of this miracle, even if I love them. Even if
Na razie zobacz, czy możesz wejść. A wcześniej myszka działała, jak byłeś na tym?
Is a beast we cannot be.
A wcześniej działała myszka tamta? Na tym, jak tu byłeś też, tak? Zobacz, na razie tak, ja zaraz zobaczę. Jak nie, to tamtą myszkę dostanę.
Come with me to New Eden.
Our future depends on adherence to my strictures. We can no longer hope for Joseph to save us. He is not coming back. We must put him out of our minds and... Father.
Ethan. Father?
Father.
Where have you been? Our land is under siege, our people threatened. You disappeared. You left us when we needed you most. Why?
To hear God's plan, my son. To hear God's plan. My children, I know that you have suffered, and I know that you are afraid. I've been gone from you for a very long time, but you were not abandoned. God spoke to me, and He has shown me a path out of this darkness. We will no longer hide behind these walls. We will no longer simply hope that this plague of locusts leaves us in peace. The time to fight
Wyłącz,
is
co?
now.
Bo krzyczysz. Wyłącz, bo krzyczysz, obudzisz drugie
God
dziecko.
has sent us His sword.
Wyłącz, bo krzyczysz.
Here,
Wyłącz, bo krzyczysz. Nie powtórzę
God has
czwarty raz.
tested their soul, and it is just, and it
Wyłącz,
is
bo
pure.
krzyczysz. Jeszcze raz i wyłączę korki.
And I stand here before you to bear witness that this outsider is our shepherd.
Father!
And together, we will battle against the hordes outside our gates. And together we will march towards the future that God has promised us.
No!
Słyszałeś, co powiedziałem?
You abandoned me! You abandoned
Wyłącz, bo
us!
krzyczysz.
Without a word, without instructions, leaving me to lead as best I could.
Ci się pobaw.
And now, you return. As if descended from the clouds and presumed to lead?
Yes.
I am the leader here.
Joseph is our leader.
New Eden follows me!
We stand behind the Father.
Son, I know you've carried a heavy burden in my absence. I
Nie będziesz
understand that.
krzyczał, nie będziesz grał.
This is God's will. And sometimes we must sacrifice that which we want in order to honor God's command.
What have you ever sacrificed?
Someday you will see the light. I promise. Come. Let us all go together. We have much work to do. Blessed, my child. I have something for you. I wish to speak with you. My child, I have something for you. Already my chosen fight the highwaymen throughout the long nights. Now I will ask them to find the strength to fight in the day as well. Your friend should make good use of the distraction and act quickly. My family cannot fight forever. As for you, Remember God's gift. What you have experienced so far is just a taste of God's power. Do not waste it. I will also give leave for my judge to follow you. They speak only one language, that of violence. In this, they will serve you well. Before you can be our shepherd, you must be our sword. Go, and make the land safe for all who wish to live in peace.
Are you a diplomat or a warrior? I wonder.
Ale.
I'm sorry for your prosperity.
Have you made progress?
Kraftowej. Co ja jeszcze zrobiłem? Kupiłem tu gumkę, zaniosłem tu poduszkę, kupiłem świeczki do rodziców i wróciłem. Tak, elektroniczne, pokażę ci. Mała jest dzisiaj strasznie marudna i nie mogłem jej uspać. I nie wiedziałem, co ona chce. I byłem z nią tworzył i ledwo zasnęła. O tak. I to taka z brokatą, coś takiego jest. No. Tak, 18 zł jedna. I co jeszcze? I ten. I później musimy jechać do Wenedy, bo ja muszę do bankomatu. Zobaczyłem, że 20 wypada w
Gain
niedzielę.
Whedon's help. We will see.
Co?
You are indeed the one I saw in my vision.
There's no hope left for humanity.
I hope you're the answer that we need.
Still prayer.
Jeszcze raz? Nie wiem, czy pojedziemy, ale ty o której kończysz, bo ja nie mogę. Siedzi, wyje teraz 10 minut już. I dałem mu pograć, tylko powiedziałem, graj tylko cicho. A teraz skrzeczy. Nie będę tak robił jak ty, że skończył. Niech wyje, się nauczy i nie będzie wył. O, i dalej wyje. Nie wiem, zaraz jak ten to pójdzie na klatkę. Się wyje i może wróci. Co? Nie, Kaśka, nie daj mu. Jak mam mu dać, to ci od razu mówię, że przyjdziesz i będzie awantura. Nie, się nic nie nauczył. Wczoraj się przewrócił, a dziś... No. Wyjdź dalej. A najlepiej jeszcze obudź dzieciaka, to ci mówię, że będziesz siedział i bawił. Jeszcze idź z wymiotu.
As a defender of our faith. All eyes have turned to you, outsider.
We are all sinners. Ethan's sin is pride. There is something deep inside of it.
You've seen how ruthless the bandits are now.
We see you following the path, stranger.
I've never had a family so strong and gracious as my family is.
Nice work up north, Captain. Come on back, and we'll talk over what we can do here in prosperity.
Get Eden's help. I've seen their chosen fight.
Penetrated our defenses.
Here I thought noise pollution died with most of the planet.
Oh, you're the captain from the train, huh?
Son of a bitch. You did it. I'm glad you're back, Captain. You got Joseph's seed on our side. I hope it didn't come at too high a price. There's something different about you. You've changed. But now the New Eden's attacking the Highwaymen. The twins are fighting a war on two fronts. We need to take advantage of this. We've done good work in Prosperity, but it's still not enough. We need more specialists. We need to invest some ethanol in our facilities. That's the key to getting Prosperity back up and running again. Once this place is at its peak, we'll be in a good spot to really take the fight to Mickey and Lou. While you're out doing that, I'm gonna do some recon, see if we can't get a foothold deeper in their territory. I'll meet you back here once you're done.
Happy you made it. Saw you come in with Carmina. Oh, you're the captain from the train, huh?
Thanks for helping to keep our home safe.
Never cared for hunting before, but my principles changed pretty fast once my stomach started growling.
stop hiding and help us get rid of these goddamn invaders.
We know the lay of the land, and that's important. Saw some highwaymen.
The highwaymen will eat anything on four legs. They
to these fuckers. You're that outsider, huh? Hear the highwaymen are none too happy with you. Good. About time you young gun stepped up to the plate. Name's Grace. And if I wasn't blind as fuck, I'd be fighting right beside you. I might have lost a step or two, but I'm still putting my hands to good use. Once I realized I couldn't aim and shoot like I used to, I built a gun where none of that would matter. It's inspired by something you cooked up, actually. Only I made a few modifications. If I wasn't so modest, I'd say it was the best gun in Hope County. Only problem is the highwaymen stole it from me and took it to the old train yard. That's where they hoard all the goods they've been stealing from the people here. It won't be easy, but trust me, the risk is worth the reward. Go get the gun, steal back the supplies they took, and mow down any pinheads who get in your way.
train yard, have a look inside the freight cars. That's where the highwaymen stash the shit they've been taking from us. That's where you'll find my gun. In and out of that place. Don't forget to grab the materials. We'll need that stuff if we're gonna push back against the highwaymen. Those saws will cut through just about anything. Whatever they don't cut through, they'll bounce off of. Use metal surfaces to ricochet. That'll help you get the edge on anyone he's in cover. Perfect against those shielded fuckers, too. I hear over your radio. Find some cover.
Albo na przeszłość.
down there, scab!
Thing's pretty sweet to use, isn't it?
No, to co chodzi.
What's that? You did good. Smack those highwaymen right in their mouths. Keep the gun. Like I said, my eyesight ain't what it used to be. Figure you'll get more use out of it than I will. And those supplies you collected, that stuff belonged to the people. Invest it back into the community. The folks in Prosperity will make the best use out of whatever you can give them, me included. You heard right. I'm headed to Prosperity for good. You and your friends ever need training, you come see me. Take care of yourself.
All that good shit. We stole fair and square, and somebody had the audacity to steal it back from us. Now we have to go out and take more shit from you people, only this time